Why didn't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Here we go. Arena open. Coffee's brewing. Let's make it happen. What do we got? Archon of the Wild Rose again. Sentinel of Lost Lore. Elusive Otter. Blossoming Tortoise. Virtue of Persistence. Man, there's some interesting possibilities, right? Black, white, green, blue. Or maybe some kind of weird, like, Sultai thing. It's so tricky. Like, at the very least, we're definitely splashing green for Sir Armont. At the very least, we're definitely... If green is not the splash and is a main color, because we're using all these double green spells, then we gotta splash black instead. Yeah, I think we just have some really strong white and green cards. It's just a matter of what to cut. Probably Conceited Witch, but that does get rid of one of two, our only two adventure creatures. Which makes Sentinel of Lost Lore and Howling Galefang not as good. I think we have to run all the roll stuff. Just to actually make Sir Armont and Archon good. I mean, we have tons of removal and we just have good creatures. Even if our creatures aren't maximizing their synergistic payoffs, like, we still have good creatures, right? So at the end of the day, it's probably fine. I think we gotta cut Protective Parents or Unassuming Sage. I think we have to cut, like, one of them. Not Conceited Witch or Besotted Knight, because both of those are things that give us rolls, which work with Archon and Sir Armont, and both of those are adventure creatures, which work with Howling Galefang and Sentinel of Lost Lore. And both of those synergies are things we need as much as we can, so we've got to keep them. We actually really don't have anything we want to bargain anymore. If we were going to go into blue, we would have. I think we can actually cut the Candy Grapple. It makes sense to cut a card from our splash color. Conceited Witch is too good because it fuels multiple synergies, so we can't cut it, even though that's my gut instinct first one to cut. We have more removal than normal for me. Even cutting one of the removals like we just did, we still have more removal than we would normally have in a deck like this, so it doesn't feel bad. I think it would be between Candy Grapple and Stab Wound, because both of those are the pieces of black removal that are least impactful. We're definitely not cutting Virtue. We're not going to cut the Witch, and we're not going to cut at least one back for seconds we're going to keep. So, I think out of Candy Grapple and Stab Wound is better. Alright, my two big worries with this deck is going to be not having enough creatures, especially while curving out, and having payoffs that we don't have enablers for. Because we definitely had to cut some corners to just try to fit in just at least enough enablers that it wasn't that we could actually justify running certain payoffs that we are running. We'll see if it pans out. We'll keep this. Roll token on the Ginger Brute seems pretty good to me. Alright, we'll swing. Witch Stalker. Get in for 2. Scarecrow Guide. Do I coop up? Let's swing first. I think if he kills the Ginger Brute, which I don't think he can, but if he did kill the Ginger Brute, we'd probably have to coop up something. Just to not let him get ahead on the race. But if he doesn't take out a creature, we can probably afford to just Prophetic Prism. Alright, this is pretty good. We can Howling Galefang and swing with it next turn if we want. We just can't give the Ginger Brute unblockable if we do it. Sky Beast Tracker. Problem is now we end up trading 2 for 1. If he double blocks. And that feels really bad. I think we're going to do it like this. Basic land, white human. We're going to find another swamp since we already have 2 white and 2 green. We're going to give this unblockable, and we're going to get in there. If he attacks with the Scarecrow Guide, we'll trade with our 1/1. But otherwise, we're just letting the damage through. We're trying to race with the Ginger Brute. Defense of the Heart. Oh god. So we can't have 3 or more creatures, basically. That's not good. Any 2 creature cards onto the battlefield. That is so problematic. Like, we just lose, right? We're just going to basically use this as an opportunity to get our 1/1 token through unblockable, because if he kills it, we just get to play a better creature and not trigger Defense of the Heart, which is good. No Defense of the Heart for you. If he wants to kill the Ginger Brute, he can. Just means we get to play the Knightly Valor without triggering Defense of the Heart. So he's definitely got creature removal, and he's trying to figure out which one he should kill. Right? Either one's going to be good for us, because we're going to play Knightly Valor and make a token, and we don't want to go up to 3 creatures with Defense of the Heart on the field. Okay, so he'll kill the Ginger Brute. That's okay. That's okay. Virtue of Persistence, huh? So if this is a 6/6, can he kill it? He can, but we get to kill 2 of his creatures. Right? Maybe we should kill something with Virtue of Persistence instead, though. It's a sorcery. So let's do it like that. And he'll jump block. Okay, sweet. That's not so bad. One more mana and we get to play Virtue of Persistence and then we just win. Right? We're still in a position where we can make good use of Knightly Valor. Man, I really just want to kill the damn Defense of the Heart though. So Knightly Valor seems pretty good here. We could also just coop up Lord Skitter so that he can't even block. Yeah, let's just... The only problem is if he plays an even better creature. So screw it. Let's do it like this. Force him to block with Lord Skitter's Butcher. Play the long game. That way we can hold on to a cooped up in case he plays something bomby that we can't force to block our Howling Gale Fang like we can with the Butcher. Another vermin. Another vermin. Don't really have any creatures in the yard. We could get through for 8 if we coop up the vermin. Right? Screw it. I think it's worth it. Still can't play any other creatures though. Well, on the turn. Tangle Span Lookout, sure. Alright, we're gonna exile the Sky Beast Tracker. There's our 7th land. Got 1 blocker. He has to block the Gale Fang or else he dies. So we put him at 1, we kill the Lookout. We still can't play a creature. But it is what it is. End the turn. Just play around Defense of the Heart the whole game. Alright, 5/4 reach. We got him. We got him. That being said, I am still glad we took the time to maximize the synergies as much as we can, even though this deck is lighter on the synergies than I normally have. Because it could very well make the difference. This is a little slow, but it looks fine. We can play Protected Parents. I really wish we had a 2-drop creature out before it, just in case they kill it. We have something to put the hero roll token on, but Still not bad. We get to play Prophetic Prism on 2. Draw a card. Is it worth it to play Frostbridge Guard first? Should probably just use up all of our mana if we can, right? So yeah, let's just do it. No blocks. Trade back and forth for now. 2-3. We are a little short. I don't think he's going to be willing to sack his Tanglespan Lookout. Does mean he can swing in for 5 without us really being able to block. Alright, draws a card. I kind of want to Hamlet Glutton away the Prophetic Prism. But that might be a mistake. We'll take the damage. It's tempting to just trade the Frostbridge Guard for Sir Ginger. Hit for 5. Got a pretty decent blocker. If we can untap, we can use Frostbridge Guard and coop something up next turn. Or we can Knightly Valor, or we can Hamlet Glutton. We have a lot of different options. He's almost definitely got a trick, right? So we're going to force him to hopefully not have 2. We should come out on top with at least one of these. Alright, that's fine. We got rid of his trick. That was a sword. We could Hamlet Glutton sacking the monster roll token. I think that's what we do. And we swing 3. If he trades, you know, we get another roll token that we can bargain to something later. Potentially. He can get through with the Conceited Witch, but we're coming in with 6 trample next turn, so if he's dropping Collector's Vault, then he's desperate. He's digging. He is digging. Do you have the removal, sir? If I get to drop this Knightly Valor on the Hamlet Glutton, oh boy. Plays a land. Do you have removal? Back for seconds. Gonna sack? He is gonna sack. Just gonna put something into play. Alright, that's fine. Eight vigilance trample. And a 2/2. It's gotta have removal. Even burn away is not gonna be enough. Utopia Sprawl. I mean, drawing off something like that's pretty good. Greta. You can put a +1/+1 counter as something. Let me think. We got Trample. If he goes to 2, Stab Wound is lethal. So I'm hoping he gets a little greedy. Well, now Stab Wound's gonna kill it. We don't want to kill it. So we'll just do this for now. It's better than the Cell Sword. If you put something out with 3 toughness and we Stab Wound it, that'll be a good day. He's gonna gain 3 life, right? Realistically, that's what he's gonna do. Stab, Wound, and Cooped Up on Greta. It's risky, but it could just win us the game. Because now he can't block with the Greta. It just sits there, hitting him for 2 every turn. The only thing is if he's able to sacrifice Greta to, like... Well, I guess he wouldn't be able to do it to bargain, right? Because it's not a token. Or an enchantment or an artifact. If he's able to sack it to something, then it was a bad idea because we could have used Stab, Wound, and Cooped Up as 2 separate pieces of removal. So it's kind of card disadvantage at that point. That was clever. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I mean, he did have to use up his Curse of the Werefox, though. And eat a food, which could have gained him life, so... Not the worst ever. We just need to draw and get back in this. Now he has to hold back a creature, or else we win by swinging with the 1/1. But at least he can't really whiff his draws because of Collector's Vault. Oh god. He got his bomb. I think he wins. Just need something. Ballsy, man. Super ballsy. Dude, so close. If we only had 1 creature and not 2, we win. But he's got 2, and he's gonna make 2 more now. Oh god, that hurts. That hurts so bad. Pass turn. We'll have to trade with one of the tokens if he makes 2 more. Or if he wants to make sure we can't trade with the token, he could always uptick instead. He wouldn't make more tokens, but he'd make these 2/2s. He got so lucky though. We had him, and then we top decked 2 lands in a row, and he top decked Ashiok. Like, what are you gonna do?
Such enticing thoughts.
Well, he's swinging for 6, which means we have to chump block. Yep, that's it. We just flooded out at the end. It's my biggest problem with Magic, and I talk about it at least once a stream.
Let's rock!
Thank you for the follow, Don. Appreciate you. It's just like flooding, like mana flood or mana screw, is too problematic. Like, it swings a game way too much. Because the power level of a single turn is so high that if you fuck up even 1 turn by not being able to keep pace with your opponent, either because you're mana screwed and can't play things, or mana flooded and you don't have anything to play, if you miss out on a single turn because of that, your opponent's just getting way too far ahead. Because the power level of a single turn these days is so much higher that the amount further ahead of you that they get in a single turn where you don't do anything that turn is just astronomically higher than it ever used to be. We're going to keep this. We're only 1 mana away from Archon, which theoretically could just be a win condition all by itself. We can stab wound to kill something if we need to. We don't have any green, which kind of sucks, but we'll deal with it. Hey, thanks for the sub, Isaac. Whopping 8. Whopping 8 months. We'll just jam a Troublemaker oof because we can. One green away from Tortoise. Red Tooth Genealogist. That reeks of desperation. Let's jam the Archon. Do you have removal for the Archon, sir? You really think I should just stab wound Drago? I could. Could also just do this. It's on a 4-turn clock right now. Hey, Besotted. Oh, this is gross. That's just gross. That is just gross. Six in the air. Might as well go like this. We're gonna grab our second green for Blossoming Tortoise, and we're gonna make a human. Hey, CFab sending in the raid. Tag backs today, like crazy, huh? What's going on, guys? Good to see you. It's funny. First half of the stream earlier today, we sent a raid to CFab, and now I'm on for part 2 of the stream, and CFab raids us. Gotta love it. Appreciate you, friendo. How was the stream? How much did you end up raising? How many donations did you get? I was stoked you were doing that. Little Miss Thang looked hella cute. I still wanted to see the witch hat. I'm kind of upset we didn't get the witch hat, but there's always next year, right? Oh, hell yeah. Way to be, man. I think our opponent's roping us because we're just wiping the floor with him. We got a stab wound, turning his dude into a 0/1, just nicking him every turn, and then we've got dudes in the air. Just kind of over. Should we Glass Casket the Troyan? Just to add insult to injury? I guess there's no reason to, right? Let's do this. Get a land into play. Alright. swing. To a god top deck. I don't think we can now, unless he's got creature removal. Yeah, because we hit for 6 and then he takes 2 from the stab wound, right? CFAV's a good friend. I love him dearly, so... Any friends of his are friends of mine. No green again, but we got a Fortress, we got a Virtue, we got a Stroke of Midnight. Probably have to keep it, right? I'm gonna keep it. It might be greedy. We have 2 double green cards and no green mana. But I got the faith. We'll get there. Prophetic Prism gives us 1 green. And there's our second. See? I told you. Told you guys. Just gotta keep the faith. Do we Sentinel of Lost Lore? It's really good. We do give up on the potential of its ETB triggers. We basically get nothing off the ETB triggers, but it might be good enough just as a 3/4 for 3, honestly. Staring down a Monstrosity. Or we could wait, and we could Virtue of Persistence the Monstrosity. Actually, that's probably better, right? Yeah, we're gonna do that. Ignore what I said before. Because Sentinel of Lost Lore can return the Virtue to our hand. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Don't be a dingy, Richard. Of course, if we don't need the Virtue yet, we're not gonna jam him just yet. We'll probably jam Howling Galefang. Take advantage of the fact that we have an adventure in exile right now, and so we get the haste. That seems like a good idea. Does he have removal? We're about to find out.
Let's rock!
Hey, thanks for the follow, lols. He's got some Riddy Rats. Good old Riddy Rats. I appreciate the follows in general. I appreciate it even more coming from lols for the win. Because I could use some lols for the win, to be completely honest. We're gonna get some Candy Grapple. Even in the adventure card, if the adventure card is exiled, because not an adventure, it will still have haste. That's a good point. Let's see. Do we Blossoming Tortoise? I think we Blossoming Tortoise. Oh, we hit the land. So now Restless Fortress activates for 3 mana instead of 4. And it swings as a 2/5. No. No, I'm not going to block. You out of your mind? I can race that. This seems like the perfect time to do something like this. All 3? Get out of here. Get out of here. Smash. Although we do have to be worried about that milling to an extent. But we now have all the lands we need to just jam Virtue of Persistence next turn and just take over. Right? We can get Sir Armont back. Good lord, we can get Howling Galefang back. Yeah, it's just going to be over. Unless he's got a really strong turn this turn. I mean, I suppose we could just jam some stuff instead. Just be super aggressive. We could literally play everything in our hand if we wanted to. Kind of lols, it's true. We are getting him out of here. That is true. Let's just try to close out the game quick, shall we? But we probably won't attack with the tortoise again. That's probably the last attack we do with the tortoise. Really? Okay. Wow. That's a win. I'll take that. No bueno. Alright, we'll keep this. We're going to lead with black. Because as soon as you see a swamp, you start thinking removal. Maybe he starts getting hesitant to play his better creatures first. And maybe that gets him just a little bit more behind on tempo than he otherwise might be. Gotta play the mind games, man. Alright, we're gonna swing one. Prophetic Prism. Alright. Things are looking good. If he plays something for us to kill this turn, then that means our next turn, turn 4, we can play Howling Gale Thing and have it have haste. Aw, no dice. No dice. Alright, parents coming out to play. Hopefully he doesn't kill the parents. Greta. I don't think he's gonna trade for the Greta. We don't want him to get that +1/+1 counter, right? Tricky. Get in while we can. Now he has the option of putting a counter on it if he holds up 1 green mana. That does mean he can't play any green spells. Unless he uses the Grotto, but it's gonna be rough if he does. He can play, what, a 2-drop and still hold up a green? Alright, a 3-drop. Probably thinking of attacking. You can only put the counter on as a sorcery, though. He wants to do it as a trick. He wants to swing, trick me into blocking, and then do it at instant speed, so his dude's a 4/4, but you can't. It can only be activated as a sorcery. So now he's trying to think of a plan B. And I don't think he's got one. Not one good enough. Royal treatment. Okay. That's rough. That is rough. Virtue is gone. I am sad. Now we can make Greta big enough that we just can't swing through. That's going to be a problem. Candy grapples it. At least he's kind of running out of gas. Food's gone. He can't make Greta bigger now. I want him to just swing. We'll double block all day. No dice. I mean, I think we just pay the full price, right? Alright, what you got for me? Conceited Witch, it's not bad. Sir Ginger. Can't swing though, right? Not really. 8-8. 8-8 would be strong. But also 3-4, 5-4. Trample would also be pretty strong. He'd have to block with one of the biggies. And if he does, then we just get to take the Young Hero Roll token, stick it on the Hamlet Glutton, and it gets the buff from Sir Armont. So I think that's where we want to go with this. Force him to have to trade. I guess that makes the most sense. Because then we can attack with both of them. Cooped up. Sick. Let's see, do we hit the flyer or do we hit Greta? Royal and Wicked. Do it like this. Two for one's one, he can't kill the other one. Like, no matter what. That's why we're doing it like that. Wait, what? Why in the world would you do it like that? That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it does leave behind a 4-4. But I don't know what he's thinking, man. That's bizarre. Don't really need the food token. I'm gonna thin the deck out of land so that we can increase the chances of drawing better cards. I think that's better than making a food token here. Ariette. That's fine. That's fine. So we can't attack with Sir Armont. We can't really attack at all, to be honest. I mean, he would lose Greta, right? I don't know if that's good enough. I think we gotta wait. Pass turn. I think we gotta wait for removal. Yeah, he's draining for 1 each turn, but it's only 1. Oh, come on, dude. All these lands in a row. Because it's not really gonna put us in a very effective position. That's why. Alright, we've got Hamlet Glutton, Howling Galefang. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't have anything in exile, right? Alright, he scoops. This looks fine. It's slow, but we've got all of our colors, and we've got plenty of removal if we need to stall, so not gonna show our green yet. We have no reason to. In case we top deck a 4-drop, that's a double green. We are going to do it this turn. So we could instant speed Stroke of Midnight. Ramble Familiar, sure. Do we just kill it? I think we just kill it. We don't want him getting back fetch quests to use later. Does he have removal? I ain't letting you giant growth it. You crazy? Do we put the monster roll on the Archon? I guess we swing first to make sure he doesn't have removal, right? We only lose out on, what, 1 or 2 points of damage. But now we know he doesn't have removal, right? Because he absolutely would have used it on the Archon. 1000%. Twisted Sewer Witch. Gets 1 rat. Gets a Wicked Roll token on it. I mean, I could just swing with Restless Fortress. Right? That's something I could do. We're going to take it slow. Do it like that. He's got 1 more turn to live. He needs to get rid of the Sewer Witch or the Archon. Or he's dead. Theoretically, he could get rid of the Sir Armont and buy him 1 more turn. He'd take 1 less damage from the Archon. And he'd be at 1 after he takes 2 from the stab wound next turn. But anything that can kill Sir Armont's probably can kill Archon, and that's just going to be better. He desperately needs us to block so that he can pump it. And he can kill Sir Armont so that he can survive until next turn, and we're just not going to. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Restless Fortress takes it. Alright, we're 5-1. Let's keep pushing, baby. Here we go, boys and girls. We're up against a Kami. Can you believe it? Alright, no black, but we do have Prophetic Prism. Actually, yeah, this is great. We're going to keep it. And there's our black mana. Now all we need is a nice win condition to drop into our lap. Barrow Naughty. I think I'll Prophetic Prism. Get it out of the way. Naughty isn't a huge problem yet. In fact, we could probably stab wound it and be pretty happy about it. Don't love that, though. Let's get the creature out there first. Fairy Fencing. Soul Cauldron. Ouch. Alright. I'm gonna have to get rid of Barrow Naughty the old-fashioned way. It's okay, though. We made him waste the counter from the Soul Cauldron, at least. Probably don't need the black, right? I got a plan. Bargain away the prism, and we will exile the Soul Cauldron. Goodbye, friend. Alright. Scream Puff. That's fine. We're gonna coop up the Scream Puff. We're gonna stab wound the Barrow Naughty. And we're gonna go to town. Another Barrow Naughty. One, two, three, 1, 2. Four, 4. And then what? Double block, probably? Tricky board state. Get rid of that lifelink. Pass turn. Trade with the Sweet Tooth Witch if we can. I mean, we could just eat this guy, right? That's probably better. Another one? What the fuck is going on? Oh god. Four puts you at 12, and then he hits me for 3. Alright, we're going to grab a white source. Because there's a better chance we need double white than double black. And we'll make a 1-1. And we'll just pass the turn, man. We'll trade with the Sweet Tooth Witch if we get the opportunity, and we're just gonna try and let Stab Wound get there. Take 2. Should be drawing gas, though. We have a lot of lands. 7 lands in the top 17 cards. It's a little bit ahead, I think. Besotted Knight. We're just gonna hold off. You're right, I can exile the Barrow Naughty to turn off lifelink. That's true. But it's actually better to leave the ability to potentially get lifelink. Because if he attacks with it to gain life, then we get to crack back for even more. End the turn. He goes to 9. He's on a 3-turn clock now. We'll absolutely trade with the Hamlet Glutton if he gives us the opportunity to. See, now we'll do it to prevent the life gain. Do we just swing everything at this point? He can only block 3. So he would take an extra 1 point of damage. We'd kill his Sweet Tooth Witch, his Genealogist, but then his Hamlet Glutton would just come at us. Right? No, I don't think we do. There may come a turn where we should do that, but it is not this turn. We need to hold back potential blockers for the Hamlet Glutton. Pass 2 blockers. You could have a giant growth, right? We'll try that. Spectre of Mortality? Oh god. That's not good. That's not good. Now we're on a 3-turn. Ooh, less than that. We top decked another land. He's got us, I think. We need to really pull something out of our butt. Land and land and land. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Once again, the only reason we lose is because we flood. Second loss of the open, and second loss due to flood. All right. Yeah, it's pretty rough, honestly. I'm such a broken record at this point, but it's glaringly obvious there is a problem with Magic. Mana Screw and Mana Flood are way too swingy. Like, it used to be that the power of a single turn wasn't as insane as it is now. So if you Mana Flooded or Mana Screwed, it didn't hurt you as much. But now the power of a single turn is so much that if you miss a single turn because you're Mana Screwed or Mana Flooded, like, you just can't even catch up anymore. And that is just a fundamental problem with the game that needs to be fixed somehow. This is a very rough hand. But we are on the draw. We do at least have the oof. I think we gotta try it. Not looking good so far. Well, at least we got a forest. It's not the worst. It does mean we have Tortoise and Galefang. Tortoise can help us find our white mana, so we might be okay. I agree with you, Lulz. I mean, I could do the exact same thing if I wanted. What you gotta do, buddy. Alright, not too bad. He's got a little bit better board presence. He didn't use Chapter 2. Soul Cauldron. It's pretty good. +2/+2 and trample to 2 different creatures. To 2 different creatures. Oof. We'll let him buff his dudes. Now he's got stuff to exile with the Soul Cauldron, which fucking sucks, dude. I shouldn't have played the Tortoise. That actually might lose me the game. I should have played the Knight instead. That's really bad. We gave him an extra 2 free buffs before he gets to swing. What do you mean unblockable? Oh, fuck. Because of Gingerbrute. So we just have to kill everything as quick as possible so that he can't give his stuff unblockable. Alright, that's gonna swing for 5. Man, it's so close. All because I made a boo-boo. What else you got? Oh no! Man, that feels so bad. We were doing so good. And then, in an instant, we just lose 2 right in a row and we're done. That's like the worst luck ever. I play a Tortoise while he has a Cauldron, and I literally hit 3 creatures for the Cauldron. No lands for myself. And one of the creatures allows him to give all of his creatures unblockability. Like, you couldn't have planned it to work out better for him. You literally couldn't have planned it. So nuts. You're welcome, Donnie. I mean, we at least got to 1,000 gems. But it feels bad because, man, the deck was good and we were on a win streak. It definitely could have got to 7. It should have got to 7. So it does feel like we were kind of robbed a bit. But I mean, it is what it is. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at Patreon. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. The more likes we get and the quicker we get them, the bigger this channel will grow and the faster it will grow. I'd love nothing more than this channel to become something very special for you guys, but it's entirely up to you how fast that happens. Also, if you'd like more deck text, that's somewhere over there. And if you'd like to see what else the channel's been up to lately, that's somewhere up that way. Also, subscribe, circle below, do all the things.